Two more American service members have been killed in the escalating conflict with Iran, bringing the total number of U.S. troops lost in just 3 days to 6. The announcement came Monday afternoon, marking one of the deadliest openings to a military confrontation in recent years. United States Central Command had initially reported that 3 service members were killed and 5 seriously wounded following an Iranian strike on a base housing American troops in Kuwait. The attack sent shockwaves through military circles and ignited urgent discussions in Washington about the trajectory of this war. Meanwhile, Iran's IRGC has claimed it targeted the U.S. Arifjan base in Kuwait with 12 drones launched in 2 phases. On Monday morning, officials confirmed that one of the wounded had succumbed to his injuries. Hours later, Central Command delivered another grim update. The remains of 2 previously unaccounted-for troops had been recovered from a facility struck during Iran's initial wave of attacks in the region. With that, the number of Americans killed in the first 72 hours of the war climbed to 6. The War Department has not yet released the names of the fallen. Under long-standing policy, identities are withheld until at least 24 hours after families have been formally notified. Behind every statistic, there are grieving relatives receiving devastating news. At the Pentagon, the tone was somber but resolute. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed reporters and delivered a stark reminder of the human cost of combat. "War is hell and always will be," Hegseth said during a press conference. He added that a grateful nation honors the Americans lost thus far, even as preparations continue for what may come next. He, however, doesn't rule out the possibility of ground troops in Iran, but refuses to set a timeline for the operation.
Thank you, Secretary Hegseth. I had 2 questions for you. First, are there currently any American boots on the ground in Iran?
No, but we're not going to go into the exercise of what we will or will not do. I think it's one of those fallacies for a long time that this department or presidents or others should tell the American people, this, and our enemies, by the way, here's exactly what we'll do. Here's exactly how long we'll go. Here's exactly how far we'll go. Here's what we're willing to do and not do. It's foolishness. And so President Trump ensures that our enemies understand we'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests. But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years. We've proven that you can achieve objectives that advance American interests without being foolish about it. Now, will we be bold about it? Are we willing to be decisive about it? Do we put months and months of planning into what kind of effects we want to achieve? Absolutely. But going forward, why in the world would we tell you, the enemy, anybody, what we will or will not do in pursuit of an objective? We fight to win. We fight to achieve the objectives the President of the United States has laid out, and we will do so unapologetically. Thank you. As far as time frame, I would never hang a time frame from our perspective. The Commander-in-Chief sets the op tempo and terms of this fight. As I said, it's on his terms, and we'll make sure that Admiral Cooper and his team have everything they need, not just to defend. I mean, the best defense is good offense. And so we're aggressively pushing into that airspace over that southern flank to ensure that we control it and we destroy anything that moves that would attempt to shoot us. Think of it as shooting the archer instead of the arrows. That's where we want to be. And we have the kind of exquisite intelligence to get over the top, find that and destroy it. It won't happen overnight. This is a big battle space with a lot of capabilities. That's part of the reason why it's such a threat to us. That's why I talk about conventional umbrella to blackmail nuclear ambitions. They were building up this conventional arsenal in order to ensure that no one would ever block them from their ability to get nuclear weapons. So we're very clear-eyed about the nature of this Iranian threat, and we're going to get after it. And then as it pertains to the U.S. casualties, that particular incident was, you have air defenses and the lot's coming in and you hit most of it, and we absolutely do. We have incredible air defenders. Every once in a while you might have one, unfortunately we call it a squirter that makes its way through, and in that particular case, it happened to hit a tactical operations center that was fortified, but These are powerful weapons.
Standing alongside him, General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, issued a blunt assessment. He said the United States should expect to take additional losses as operations continue.
As I said, I'm going to walk you through the initial phases of the operation. But first, I want to express my deep condolences and the condolences of the Joint Force to the Department of War personnel killed and wounded in actions thus far. As the Secretary said, they're heroes and represent the best of our nation has to offer. They're true examples of what selfless service means. Our deepest and heartfelt condolences are with their families, their friends, and their units. We grieve with you and we will never forget you. Additionally, I stand here before you today grateful for each service member, planner, logistician, operator across our joint force, for our Department of War civilians, our intelligence community teammates, our interagency teammates who continue to stand in harm's way alongside us. I am proud of all of you as you take the fight to the enemy, and we are the best in the world at integrating, period.
That warning signals a grim reality. Military planners appear braced for sustained engagement rather than a short-lived exchange. Administration officials have increasingly acknowledged that more casualties are possible, repeating the message publicly in recent days. The strike that triggered these losses targeted a base in Kuwait that housed American forces supporting regional operations. It underscores how quickly the conflict has expanded beyond symbolic strikes into deadly, direct confrontation. For families across the United States, the war's toll is measured not in strategy, but in sacrifice. 6 service members gone in 3 days, more wounded, and senior officials cautioning that the worst may not yet be over.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out playwright.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.